Hello, Pinnacle Babies. Hello, future CPAs. Today we'll answer additional practice questions for capital budgeting. I prepared 25 high-quality questions for this topic para ma-make sure natin na ma-master niyo yung capital budgeting. So to recap, we have 5 capital budgeting techniques. Number 1 is payback period. Number 2 is accounting rate of return or ARR. Number 3 is net present value or NPV. Number 4 is profitability index or PI. And number 5 is internal rate of return or IRR. Okay, so let's answer our practice questions. Number 1, which of the following groups of capital budgeting techniques uses the time value of money? So alam natin class, yung first two, payback period and accounting rate of return, do not consider the time value of money. While NPV, PI, and IRR consider the time value of money. Okay, so sabi sa question, alin daw yung gumagamit ng time value of money? Pinaka-consistent among the choices is letter C, NPV, profitability index, and IRR. For number 1, letter C. Number 2, in the determination of a present value, which of the following relationships is correct? Actually, maganda yung question na to. So, tingnan natin per choice. A, the lower the discount rate and the shorter the discount period, the lower the present value. Mali yan, kasi it should be the higher the present value. Okay, so analyze natin yung first part. The lower the discount rate, the higher the present value. So, compare natin yung two amounts. So, for example, yung cash flow natin is 100,000. And then, i-discount natin siya using 10%, okay, over 1.1. Alright? I-compare natin yung class sa mas mataas na discount rate, 11% versus 100,000 over 1.11. Okay? So, ang makukuha natin dyan, 100,000 divided by 1.1, 90,909. Alright? Now, 100,000 divided by 1.11, you get 90,090. Obviously, mas mataas yung 90,909 than 90,090. So, in short, pag mas mababa yung discount rate natin at 10%, mas mataas yung present value natin. Alright? So, actually, take note na yung discount rate represents the riskiness of the project. Pag mas mataas yung discount rate, mas risky yung project. Pag mas mababa yung discount rate, less risky yung project. Okay? So, tingnan ulit natin yung letter A. The lower the discount rate, 10%, the higher the present value. Okay? Mas mataas yung present value ng 10% than 11%. And the shorter the discount period, kapag shorter yung discount period, ang ibig sabihin yung class, ang implication yan, mas mabilis natin ma-recover yung investment natin. It should be the higher the present value. Alright? So, mali yung letter A. The lower the discount rate and the shorter the discount period, the higher the present value. Letter B, the lower the future cash flow. Obviously, pag mas mababa yung cash flow natin, mababa yung present value. And the shorter the discount period, the lower the present value. Ang nagpamali dyan yung the shorter. Okay? Kapag shorter yung discount period, mas mabilis natin ma-recover yung invest natin. Therefore, mas mataas yung present value. It should be the longer the discount period. So, mali yung B. Dapat dyan, the lower the future cash flow and the longer the discount period, the lower the present value. Ang tama dito is letter C. The higher the discount rate, 11%, and the longer the discount period, mas matagal natin ma-recover yung investment, the lower the present value. Letter C for number 2. Letter D naman, the higher the future cash flow, and the longer the discount period, the lower the present value. Mali yan. Dapat, the lower the future cash flow, and the longer the discount period, the lower the present value. For number 2, final answer is letter C. Number 3, an investment with a positive NPV also has, so alam natin class, yung formula for NPV is present value of cash inflows minus present value of cash outflows. Now, kapag positive yung NPV, alam natin, mas mataas yung cash inflows than your cash outflows. Right? So, tingnan natin yung choices. Ano naman yung magiging profitability index natin? Well, alam natin class, yung PI, ang formula niyan, i-divide mo lang yung dalawa na yan. Present value of cash inflows over present value of cash outflows. Tama ba class? Sabi dyan, positive daw yung NPV. Therefore, mas mataas yung numerator natin than the denominator. Kapag mas mataas yung numerator mo than the denominator, ibig sabihin yung PI natin is greater than 1. Tama lang? So, among the choices, ang sagot natin dyan class is letter D, a profitability index greater than 1. So, tandaan nyo, kapag positive yung NPV, mas mataas yung present value of cash inflows than your cash outflows. Therefore, yung PI natin is greater than 1. Letter D for number 3. Number 4, a project that has a negative NPV. Tama ba class, kapag negative NPV, mas mataas naman yung cash outflows natin than our cash inflows. Tingnan natin yung choices. A has a payback period longer than its life. Mali yan. Kasi, tandaan nyo class, kapag ang given lang sa atin is positive or negative NPV, hindi natin mako-compute yung payback period doon. Para mako-compute mo yung payback period, kailangan mo kung how much yung initial investment and we have to know how much yung annual cash flow. So, mali yung A. B has a negative profitability index. Kapag negative yung NPV natin, mas mataas yung cash outflow than your cash inflow. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun negative yung PI natin. Ang ibig sabihin nun, less than 1 yung PI natin. Alright? And take note na yung profitability index between 0 to 1 lang ang pwedeng values niyan. Hindi or never magiging negative yung profitability index. Kaya mali yan. Dapat profitability index of less than 1. Letter C must be rejected and letter D must be accepted. Kapag negative NPV, reject natin yung project. Letter C for number 4. Number 5, a company is planning to purchase equipment to make its operations more efficient. This equipment has an estimated life of 6 years. As part of this acquisition, a 75,000 investment in working capital is anticipated. In a discounted cash flow analysis, the investment in working capital, so to recall, kapag meron tayong investment in working capital, ilang years ba yung project? 6 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And according to number 5, 75,000 daw yung investment natin in working capital. So, ang mangyayari dyan, meron kang initial cash outflow na 75,000, pero marirecover mo din siya at the end of the life of the project plus 75,000. Okay? So, ganyan yung investment in working capital. Tingnan natin yung choices. A, should be amortized over the useful life of the equipment. Mali. Letter B, can be disregarded. Hindi. Kinonsider natin eh. Letter C, should be treated as an immediate cash outflow. Yes. Negative siya. Pero ang best answer is letter D. Should be treated as an immediate cash outflow that is later recovered at the end of 6 years. At the end of 6 years, marirecover natin yan. Kaya positive. Alright? For number 5, final answer, letter D or dog. Number 6, a major difference between an investment in working capital and one in depreciable assets is that, so alam natin class na yung working capital, balance sheet items yan. Okay? And balance sheet items, no tax effects. Kasi ang merong tax effects, yung mga income statement items. Yun yung difference niya sa depreciable assets. Kasi pag depreciable assets, meron kang depreciation. Alam natin kapag may depreciation, meron kang tax shield. Alright? Tingnan natin yung major difference. Letter A, an investment in working capital is never returned. O, doon pa lang mali na. Kasi nire-return mo yan. Okay? While most depreciable assets have some residual value. Letter B, an investment in working capital is returned in full. Okay? Tama siya. While an investment in depreciable assets has no residual value, hindi, pwede ka magkaroon ng residual value for depreciable assets. Letter C yung final answer natin. An investment in working capital is not tax deductible nor taxable when returned. Yes, because balance sheet items yan. While an investment in depreciable assets does allow tax deductions. Yes, because meron siyang tax shield from depreciation. Letter C for number 6. Tingnan natin yung letter D. Because an investment in working capital is usually returned in full at the end of the project's life, it is ignored. Mali na yan. In computing the amount of investment, hindi. Yung investment working capital, part siya of our initial cash outflow. Letter C for number 6. Number 7, when ranking two mutually exclusive investments with different initial amounts, management should give first priority to the project. So kapag meron tayong mutually exclusive projects, ibig sabihin either or lang yan, hindi natin pwedeng piliin both projects, isa lang. Ang gagamitin natin criteria is the profitability index or PI. Okay? Letter B for number 7, that has the greater profitability index. Number 8, the profitability index, A, does not use present values. Mali. May present value ka dyan. Kasi ang formula natin for profitability index, present value of cash inflows over present value of cash outflows. Letter B, is generally preferable to any other approach for evaluating investment alternatives. Actually, mali yan. Because ang preferred talaga sa 5 na yan, is NPV. Yan yung number 1 natin, net present value. Gagamitin mo lang yung PI kapag mutually exclusive yung projects. Letter C is a discounted cash flow method. Yan yung tama. Okay? Pag PI, nagdi-discount tayo. Okay, present value tayo. Letter C na tayo for number 8. Number 9 produces the same ranking of investment alternatives as does the RR criterion. There are instances na iba yung result kapag PI yung ginamit mo or kapag IRR yung ginamit mo. Alright? So, hindi always true yung letter D na yan. Always true is letter C. Final answer for number 8 is letter C. Number 9, if an investment results to a profitability index of 0.9, then the projects, okay, so kaka-explain ko lang earlier, kapag yung profitability index natin is less than 1, ibig sabihin class, mas mataas yung cash outflow than our cash inflow. It means, meron tayong negative NPV. Okay? Tingnan natin yung choices. A, internal rate of return is negative 10%, no. Net present value is greater than 0, mali, dapat negative NPV. Letter C, internal rate of return exceeds its net present value, or cost of capital is greater than the internal rate of return. So to recall, kapag positive yung NPV natin, our internal rate of return is greater than cost of capital. Okay? Pero alam natin sa number 9, negative yung NPV natin. Pag negative yung NPV, yung cost of capital mo is greater than your internal rate of return. Letter D tayo for number 9. Cost of capital is greater than the internal rate of return. Okay? So ulitin ko, kapag negative yung NPV natin, yung PI natin is less than 1. Okay? And our cost of capital is greater than internal rate of return. Letter D for number 9. Number 10, a weakness of the internal rate of return approach for determining the acceptability of investments that it. Ano daw yung weakness ng IRR? Actually, class, ang weakness yan is letter D. Implicitly assumes that the firm is able to reinvest project cash flows at the project's internal rate of return. Ano ibig sabihin yan, sir? So, for example, class, meron tayong project na for 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, let's say, yung amount ng initial investment natin is 1 million. Mag-invest tayo ng 1 million and from year 1 to year 5, let's say meron tayong makaka-receive tayo ng 500,000 per year. Alright? Tama ba? Yung IRR, alam natin yun yung rate wherein kapag nag-present value ka ng annual cash flows, mag-i-equal siya dun sa initial investment natin. Yun yung internal rate of return. Okay? And take note na kapag nagpe-present value tayo or kapag nag-NPV tayo, dapat yung rate na ginagamit natin na pang-discount is the cost of capital. Okay? Cost of capital, hindi talaga IRR. Ulitin ko, kapag nag-NPV tayo, ang pinang-discount mo ng mga cash flows na yan, it should be the cost of capital. Alright? Yun yung discount rate natin. Kaya ito yung weakness ng IRR. Kapag IRR ang ginagamit natin, class, take note, disregard natin yung cost of capital. Okay? Wala namang cost of capital dyan. Yun yung weakness ng IRR. So, ulitin natin. Basahin natin yung question. A weakness of the IRR approach for determining the acceptability is, letter D, implicitly assumes that the firm is able to reinvest project cash flows at the project's internal rate of return. Mali, kapag nag-i-invest ka, dapat at cost of capital. Okay? Again, yun yung weakness ng IRR. Letter D. Number 11, projects C and D are mutually exclusive. Project C has a higher NPV if the WACC is less than 12%. So, lagay natin para hindi nakalito. So, kapag daw yung WACC natin is kapag daw yung WACC is less than 12%, mas mataas yung NPV ni Project C. Tama? C, meron siyang mas mataas na NPV. Alright? And then, whereas Project D has higher NPV if the WACC exceeds 12%. Pag naman yung WACC natin, o yung cost of capital natin is greater than 12%, mas mataas naman yung NPV ni Project D. Okay. Sige, which of the following is most correct? Okay, actually, tricky din yung question na to. Pero ang final answer natin sa 11 is A. Project D has higher internal rate of return. Tingnan natin yung ibang choices. Letter B, Project D is probably larger in scale than Project C. And letter C naman, Project C probably has a faster payback. So as I mentioned earlier, kapag ang given lang sa'yo is negative or positive present value or IRR, from there, hindi natin malalaman kung gaano kalaki yung project. Bakit, sir? I'll give you an example. Let's say si Project C, meron siyang cash outflow or present value of cash outflow niya. Nag-invest tayo. Kay Project C, nag-invest tayo ng let's say 10 million. Yun yung investment natin. Kay Project D naman, ang investment natin class is 1 million. Obviously, mas malaking Project C. Tama ba? So, present value of cash inflow, present value of cash outflow, and then meron tayong NPV. Okay? So, si Project C, nag-invest tayo ng 10 million. Si Project D, nag-invest tayo ng 1 million. Sino mas malaking project? Larger scale si Project C. Okay? Pero let's say yung present value of cash inflow ni Project C is 9.9 million. Or let's say this is 11 million. Okay? And then, si Project D naman, let's say ang present value of cash inflow niya is 3 million. Okay? So, how much yung NPV? Si Project C, 11 minus 10 is 1 million. Si Project D, 3 million minus 1 million is 2 million. Nakita niyo, class? Mas malaki yung invest mo kay Project C. Pero mas malaki yung NPV ni Project D. Yan yung sinasabi ko kanina. Basta ang given lang sa'yo, positive or negative NPV or IRR, hindi mo malalaman from there kung alin yung mas malaking project. So, mali na yung letter B. Nakalagay kasi dyan sa letter B, project D is probably larger in scale. Hindi. Sa example natin, mas malaki yung project C, pero mas malaki yung NPV ni project D. Okay? Letter C, project C probably has a faster payback. Okay? So, same reasoning. From the given alone, hindi mo malalaman, mako-compute yung payback period dyan. Letter A yung sagot natin. Project D has a higher internal rate of return. Bakit, sir? Tama ba, class? Kapag positive NPV, alam natin na IRR is greater than our cost of capital. Tama lang? And sabi dyan, at 12% cost of capital, mas mataas daw yung NPV ni Project D. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, mas sure tayo na yung IRR ni Project D is greater than 12%. Tama ba yan? So, ulitin ko. Sabi dyan, kapag daw 12%, yung cost of capital, mas mataas yung NPV ni Project D. From there, mako-conclude natin na since pag positive NPV, mas mataas yung IRR than cost of capital, at 12%, mas mataas yung IRR ni D kay C. Okay? Kaya ang pinakatama dito is letter A. Project D has higher internal rate of return. Okay? For number 11, that's letter A, yung best answer natin. Medyo tricky, pero I hope na nakuha niyo yung reasoning. Number 12, okay, doon naman tayo sa computation. ABC Corporation has been presented with an investment opportunity that will yield cash flows of 30,000 per year in years 1 through 4, 35,000 per year, years 5 through 9, and 40,000 in year 10. This investment will cost the firm 150,000 today, and the firm's cost of capital is 10%. Assume the cash flows occur evenly during the year. What is the payback period? So, payback period tayo. Alam natin, payback period, ilang years natin marirecover yung initial investment. So, ganito lang gagawin ko dyan, class. Tama ba years 1, 2, 3, and 4? Sabi dyan, 30,000 per year. 30,000 per year, 30,000, 30,000, and 30,000. And then, project 5 onwards, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40,000 naman per, 35,000 per year. Okay? And then, how much ba yung i-invest natin? 150,000. Ito yung gusto natin ma-recover, 150,000. Okay, so add natin yung first 4. First 4 years, 30,000 times 4, that's 120. Tama? So kulang pa yan. Kulang pa ng 30,000 kasi 150 dapat yung ma-recover natin. Sobra na yung cash flow natin next year. So dapat, ang gagawin ko dyan, class, how much lang yung kulang natin? 30,000, tama? So 30,000, i-divide ko yan dun sa cash flow natin next year. Over 35,000 plus ilang years to? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus yung 4 years natin. Okay? So 30,000 divide by 35,000 plus 4. Final answer mo dito, class, is 4.86 years. Letter B for number 12. So ginawa ko lang, kailangan ma-recover natin is 150,000. Kailan natin siya ma-recover? After 4 years, ang na-recover natin is 120. Kulang ka pa ng 30,000, which is 150 minus 120. Ang gagawin ko dyan, alam ko na ma-recover ko na siya next year. 30, yung kulang natin, over 35, yung total cash flow next year, add natin yung first 4 years, 4.86 years. Okay? That's for number 12. Number 13, the cost of capital is 10%. What is the project's discounted payback? Yung sinagutan natin for number 12, actually ang tawag doon is traditional payback period. Dalawa yan. Meron tayong traditional payback period, meron din tayong discounted payback period. So far, ang nasagutan na natin is traditional. Sir, paano yung discounted payback? Well, obviously, di-discount lang natin siya. Okay, so, dito natin computin. Discount rate na given sa atin sa problem is 10%. Okay, next. Pinnacle Company has a project that has following cash flows. Gagawin ko dyan, year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so year 1, meron tayong cash flow na 50,000. Sulat ko muna. Year 2, 100,000. Year 3, 150,000. Year 4, meron tayong 40,000. And year 5, meron tayong 25,000. Okay? So, i-discount ko lang yan. So, year 1, divide ko yan by 1.1. Year 2, divide by 1.1 raised to 2. Year 3, divide by 1.1 raised to 3. Year 4, divide by 1.1 raised to 4. And year 5, divide by 1.1 raised to 5. Okay, so compute natin yung cash flow natin, class. Gagawin ko dyan, 50,000. So, 50,000 divide by 1.1. Makukuha ko dyan is 45,455. Okay, dito naman tayo. So 1.1 divided by das dalawang equals, 1, 2, makukuha ko is 0.826 times 100,000, you get 82645. 82645. Dito naman tayo sa third year. 1.1 equals, 1.1 divide, tatlong equals, 1, 2, 3, multiply ko sa 150,000. Okay, discounted natin is 112,697. 112,697. Doon naman tayo sa year 4. 1.1 divide, apat na equals, 1, 2, 3, 4, times 40,000. You get 27321. And last year natin, year 5, 1.1 divide, limang equals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, multiply by 25,000, makuha ko dito is 15,523. 15,523. Okay, so how much yung kailangan natin ma-recover? 200,000. Yun yung invest natin. Kailan natin ma-recover yung 200,000? Well, ang gagawin ko dyan, add ko muna yung first 2. Okay, yung first 2, 45,455 plus 82,645, makukuha ko dyan is 128,100. Okay, so 128,100, 200,000 minus 128,100, ang kailangan ko na lang i-recover is 71,900. Okay, kailangan ko ma-recover sa year 3. Well, ma-recover natin yan kasi 112,000 yung cash flow natin ng year 3. So, ganito gagawin ko plus dyan. Ang kulang ko is 71,900. 71,900 over yung total cash flow natin ng year 3, 112,697 plus, naka 2 years na tayo, plus 2. Okay? So, 71,900 divided by 112,697 plus 2. Okay, final answer natin dito is 2.638 years. So, 71,900 divided by 112,697 plus 2, 2.638 years. 2.638. Final answer, letter D, 2.638 years. So, ito yung traditional payback period, ito yung discounted. Siyempre, pag silent yung problem, traditional tayo. Ano difference nila? Ito, din-discount lang natin yung cash flows. Pero as to computation, kung ilang years, ganoon lang din. Same sila. Alright? For number 13, letter D is our final answer. Number 14, BSA Corp has been presented with an investment opportunity that will yield end-of-year cash flows of 30,000 per year. In years 1 through 4, 35,000 per year, years 5 through 9, and 40,000 in year 10. The investment will cost the firm 150,000 today. Okay? And the firm's cost of capital is 10%. The NPV is closest to. So, compute natin class yung NPV. Okay, ilang years yung investment project dito? That is 10 years. So, erase natin lahat. Tingnan natin. So, again, pag NPV, ang technical lang dyan is gagawa tayo ng timeline. Okay, so, natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gawa lang ng timeline para nasusundan natin yung, or mas na-visualize natin siya. How much yung investment? 150,000. Lagyan natin 150. Okay? Year 1 hanggang year 4, meron tayong 30,000 per year. 30, 30, 30, 30. Years 5 to 9, 35 naman. 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. And then year 10, 40. Tama ba class? I-discount lang natin lahat yan. Compare natin sa 150,000. Yun yung present value natin or yung NPV natin. Okay, so magkakaiba yung cash flows. So years 1 to 4, magkamukha. Pero dito nagbago na. And then sa year 10, iba rin. So, maraming ways kung paano mo-compute yung present value niyan. Pero gawin natin, isa-isay natin para sigurado tayo. Tama ba? 10% yung discount rate. Right? Isa-isay natin yan. 1.1 divide, isang equals na muna. Makukuha mo dito, 0.909 times 0.909. So yung first 30,000, i-multiply natin by 0.909. Isa pang divide, 0.826, 0.826, divide ulit, 0.751, next, 0.683, okay, yun yung fourth natin, next, 0.621, next, 0.564, next, 0.513, next, 0.467, okay, dalawa na lang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next, 0.424. And next is 0.386. 0.386. Alright, so multiply natin yung cash flows with the respective present value. So 30,000 times 0.909. Makukuha mo dyan is 27270. Alright, doon naman tayo sa second year. Makukuha mo dyan, sulat ko na lang, pero mumultiply na natin yan. Yung cash flow natin, doon sa present value factor natin. Yung second year natin, makukuha mo dyan is 24,780. Third year natin is 22,530. Fourth year is 20,490. Fifth year natin, 21,735. Sixth year, 19,740. Seventh year, 17,955. Okay. Next is 16,345. Ninth year, 14,840. And 10th year, 15,440. Okay. So, ulitin ko class. Pinultiply ko lang yan. Ito yung nakuha ko. Okay. Per cash flow, multiply sa PV factor. Add natin lahat yan. Yung 10 years na yan. So, add natin. Present value of cash inflows minus present value of cash outflows, yun yung net present value. Alam natin yung cash flows natin. Cash outflow is 150,000. Ngayon, pag in-add mo lahat, yung kinompute natin na present value na yan, ang makukuha mo dyan class is 201,125. Okay, double check mo na lang. Pero pag in-add mo lahat yan, okay, makukuha mo dyan is 201,125. Alright? 201,125 minus natin sa in-invest natin na 150,000, sagot mo dito is present value or NPV of letter B, 51,125. Alright? So, ganyan siya. Okay. So, double check natin, 0.683, 2490. Yes, tama. So, ginawa ko lang, timeline. Okay, plinat natin yung cash flows. Lagay natin yung PV factor, multiply natin, add natin lahat yan, makukuha mo present value of cash inflows 201,125. Compare natin sa invest natin, and PV mo is 51,125. For number 14, letter B yung sagot natin dyan, 51,125. Number 15, 16, and 17. Let's take a look at the given. XYZ uses a 12% discount rate for all capital expenditures and has done the following analysis for 4 projects. O, given na sa atin, kinompute na. Meron tayong initial capital outlay, may cash flows tayo, may NPV, may PI, and may IRR. Alright? Number 15, which projects should XYZ undertake during the upcoming year assuming it has no budget restrictions? So, ano ibig sabihin nun? Kapag no budget restrictions, ang ibig sabihin ng class, hindi mutually exclusive yung projects. Okay? So, kapag no budget restrictions or hindi mutually exclusive, again, ang gagawin natin, na criteria, ang priority natin is always the net present value. Okay? I-accept natin lahat ng positive NPV. Ano yung mga positive NPV dyan? So, tingnan natin. Si project 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tingnan natin. Project 1, negative. Hindi, reject yan. Project 1. Project 2, yes, positive. Project 3 is positive. Project 4 is positive. So, ibig sabihin, sagot natin for number 15, letter C, projects 2, 3, and 4. Kapag walang budget restriction, unlimited funding, unlimited budget, lahat ng positive NPV, i-accept natin. For number 15, letter C yung sagot natin. Number 16. Which projects should XYZ undertake during the upcoming year if it has only 600,000 of funds? Mutually exclusive. Hindi lahat pwede mong i-accept. Kapag mutually exclusive, ano yung criteria natin? Profitability index. So, tingnan natin. So, eliminated na si project 1. Si project 2, okay, meron siyang initial cash outlay na 298,000. Si project 3, 248,000. Si project 4, 272,000. How much ulit class yung budget natin? 600,000 yung project budget. Okay? And alam natin na ang magiging priority natin is the profitability index or yung, tingnan natin, ano yung highest PI. Yung profitability index ni project 2 is 101%. Profitability index ni project 3 is 106%. Si project 4 naman, 105%. Alam natin, ang pinakamataas, si project 3 and project 4. Alright? So, meron tayong 600,000 na budget. Add natin si project 3 and 4. 248,000 plus 272,000, 520,000 na to. Okay, budget mo, 600. Gumastos na tayo ng 520, 80 na titira sa atin, 80,000. Siyempre, hindi natin pwedeng ma-accept si project 2 kasi 80,000 na lang yung project, yung budget natin. Final answer, projects 3 and 4 yung i-accept natin. For number 16, letter D, projects 3 and 4. Again, kapag may budget restriction or kapag mutually exclusive, PI yung gagamitin natin. Yung PI ni Project 2 is 101%, si Project 3 106, si Project 4 105. Kaya ang prioritize natin is si Projects 3 and 4. Nung in-accept natin si Projects 3 and 4, gumastos tayo ng 520. Ang budget mo lang 600. 80,000 na lang natitira. Hindi mo na kayang i-cover si Project 2. Okay, kaya si 3 and 4 na lang. Letter D for number 16. Number 16, which project should XYZ undertake during the upcoming year if it has only 300,000 of capital funds available? Profitability index. Ano yung pinakamataas sa profitability index? Project 3, 106%. So, ibig sabihin, ito lang yung kaya niyang i-accept na project. 248,000 because ang budget niya lang is 300,000. Final answer for number 17, letter D, project 3. Okay. Project 3 for number 17. Okay, let's go to numbers 18 to 21. 18 to 21. Okay, in order to increase the production capacity, CPA Industries is considering replacing an existing production, a machine with a new technologically improved machine effective January 1. The following information is being considered by CPA Industries. The new machine would be purchased for 160,000 in cash. Shipping, installation, and testing would cost an additional 30,000. So, add mo na agad yan. 160 plus 30, 190,000. Iyon yung initial cash outlay natin. The new machine is expected to increase annual sales by 20,000 units at a sales price of 40 pesos per unit. Incremental operating costs include 30 pesos per unit in variable cost. Tama ba, class? May selling price ka na 40, may variable cost ka na 30, sulat mo dyan, contribution margin natin is 10. Total fixed cost is 40,000 per year. The investment in the new machine will require an immediate increase in working capital of 35,000. This cash outflow will be recovered at the end of year 5. Okay, so i-plot na natin siya. So again, pag capital budgeting, lagay ka lang ng timeline para mas madali magsagot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tama ba, class? Based dun sa first bullet, ang initial investment mo is 190,000. Okay? And based on the third bullet, may working capital tayo na 35. As I mentioned earlier, kapag working capital, kasama siya sa initial investment mo. Pero marirecover mo din siya at the end of year 5. Okay. Let's go to the next bullet. CPA uses straight-line depreciation for financial reporting and tax purposes. The new machine has an estimated life of 5 years, no salvage value. And last bullet, 40% corporate income tax rate. CPA uses the NPV method to analyze investments. And then bigyan tayo ng present value factors. Meron tayong present value of 1, and then meron tayong present value of ordinary annuity. Okay, di natin kailangan mag-compute pa ng present value. Given na sa atin. Number 18, CPA Industries net cash outflow in a capital budgeting decision is, well, bumili tayo ng machine, 190. Nag-invest tayo ng working capital na 35. Ang total niyan, 190 plus 35, 225,000. For number 18, final answer natin, 225,000. Letter D for number 18. Number 19, CPA Industries discounted annual depreciation tax shield for the year of replacement. Ibig sabihin, kailan ka ba nag-replace? Well, yung year 1, tama? Kailan ka ba nag-depreciate? December 31. So, ibig sabihin, i-discount natin siya ng isang taon. So, paano yan? Ganito gagawin ko class sa number 19. Depreciation daw, tama? Di-depreciate ba yung working capital? Siyempre, hindi. Kasi balance sheet item yan. So, hindi yan kasama sa depreciation. Yung 190,000 lang yung di-depreciate natin. 190,000, i-divide natin by 5 years kasi yung useful life. Okay? So how much mo kukuha mo dyan? 190,000 divided by 5. Depreciation mo is 38,000. Alright, ito yung depreciation natin. Tama ba, class? Nagdi-depreciate ka December 31. Alright? And alam natin kapag tax shield, diretso multiply ka ng tax rate na 40%. Hindi 1 minus tax rate ha. Tax rate lang. Times 40%. How much yung tax shield natin? 38,000 times 0.4. 15,200. Pero hindi yan yung final answer natin. Because, sabi dyan, CPA Industries annual depreciation tax shield, ito yan. Pero for the year of replacement, ibig sabihin, dito ka nag-replace, year 1, tama? Kailangan di-depreciate, December 31. I-discount natin ng isang taon yan. Okay? Punta ka dun sa PV of 1 na 0.909 times 0.909. 15,200 times 0.909, makukuha mo dyan, 13,817. Final answer for number 19, is letter A, 13,817. Number 20. The acquisition of the new production machine will contribute a discounted net of tax contribution margin. Okay, so punta ka dun sa second bullet. Alam natin may selling price tayo na 40, variable cost na 30. Earlier, na-compute natin, contribution margin is 10. Okay, ilang units yan? 20,000 units. Times 20,000, tama ba class? Ang total contribution margin natin is 200,000. Pero hindi naman yun yung tanong sa atin. Ang sabi dyan, after tax na discounted. O yung after tax natin. Since 40% yung tax rate, yung after tax is 60% or 1 minus tax rate. Ilang years ka mag-generate ng contribution margin? 5 years. Yan yung project natin eh. So tingin ka dun sa present value of ordinary annuity na 5 years. Nakita mo ba yung 3.791? Okay. Times 3.791, 200,000. Para maging net of tax, minultiply natin by 1 minus tax rate, kaya nakuha natin yung 60% times 0.6 times mo sa 3.791 kasi every year yan for 5 years. 3.791. Makuha ko dito class is 454,920. 454,920. Final answer for number 20 is letter D, 454,920. Next natin, number 21 is the overall discounted cash flow impact of CPA Industries working capital investment. Ganito gagawin ko dyan. Tama ba sa working capital natin? Year 0, nag-invest tayo ng 35,000. So initial cash outflow natin, 35,000. Pero marirecover natin yan year 5. Right? So sa year 5, marirecover natin yan positive. So i-present value mo yan ng 5 years. Punta ka dun sa present value of 1 na 5 years, nakita mo yung 0.621. Okay, so 35,000 times 0.621 para makuha mo yung present value. 35,000 times 0.621, makukuha mo dito is positive 21,735. So yung net niyan, negative 35,000, positive 21,735, negative 13,265. Ito yung final answer natin. Letter C, negative 13,265. The overall discounted cash flow impact, industry's working capital, meron ka negative, in-invest natin, pero na-recover mo siya. So yung net effect niyan, negative 13,265. Letter C for number 21. Okay. Ayan. Last set of questions for the next 4 questions. So let's see. Mr. Accounting is reviewing an investment proposal. The initial cost as well as relevant data for each year are presented in the schedule below. All cash flows are assumed to take place at the end of the year. So every December 31 yung cash flows natin. And there will be no salvage value. 0 salvage value. Year 0 to year 5, meron tayong initial cost and book value. After tax cash flows, given na sa atin yung cash flows. And annual net income. Mr. Accounting Corp uses a 24% after tax target rate of return or yung discount rate natin. And given na rin tayo ng present value factors. Meron tayong present value of 1. And meron tayong present value of annuity. Okay. Number 22. The traditional payback for the investment proposal is, so, again, pag payback period or yung traditional payback period, alamin natin kung kailan natin ma-recover yung investment. Okay, so lagyan natin dito, how much ba yung invest natin? Tingin ka dun sa year 0. Nakita mo yung 105,000? Nakita mo yan? So, 105,000, alamin natin kailan natin ma-recover yan. And then, tumingin ka dun sa after-tax cash flows. Because alam natin class, kapag payback period, ang basis mo dyan, cash flows, hindi net income. Cash flows dapat. So sa year 1, ang cash flows natin is 50,000. Sa year 2, cash flow natin is 45,000. And then year 3, cash flow natin class is 40,000. Alright, so kailan natin ma-recover yung 105? Well, after 2 years, 50,000 plus 45, you have 95,000. Okay, so na-recover natin yung 95. 105 minus 95, 10,000 na lang. Ang gagawin ko dyan, sa year 3, 10,000, yung kailangan pa natin i-recover over yung total cash flows na 40,000 plus 2 years. So, ilan yan? 10,000 divided by 40,000 plus 2, you get 2.25. Final answer natin, 2.25 years. Letter B for number 22. Boy, 2.25 years. Number 23. The average annual cash inflow at which Mr. Accounting would be indifferent to the investment. Ano ibig sabihin yan, sir? Well, ang ibig sabihin niyang class, di ba meron tayong 5 years. So again, para ma-visualize natin, gawa tayo ng timeline. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so, nag-invest tayo ng 105,000, year 0, and then may mga cash flows tayo every year. Alright? Sabi dyan, the average annual cash inflow at which Mr. Accounting would be indifferent. How much daw yung cash inflow natin every year para pag present value natin yan, okay, equal siya dito sa 105,000. Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. Alright? So, paano gagawin mo dyan, sir? Give na tayo ng PV factor sa problem. So, gagawin ko dyan, 105,000 is equal to annual cash flow, which is yun yung hinahanap natin, how much daw yung annual cash flow, multiply natin yan by, ano yung PV factor na gagamitin mo? Well, 5 years, every year, so present value of ordinary annuity for 5 years. Tingin ka dun sa table sa baba, year 5 tingin ka, present value of ordinary annuity, nakita mo ba yung 2.74? Okay, times 2.74. So, solve natin yung annual cash flows. Annual cash flows is equal to 105,000 over 2.74. So, final answer natin dito, 105,000 divided by 2.74, you have 38,321. 38,321. Letter C. Okay? Or para ma-visualize nyo, 38,321 every year. 38,321, 38,321. Pag diniscount mo yan, 38,321 every year, diniscount mo, using yung PV factor natin, 2.74, mag-i-equal siya dun sa 105,000. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng question 23. Alright? Letter C for number 23. Number 24. The accounting rate of return for the average, the accounting rate of return for the investment proposal over its life using the initial value of the investment is, so take note na based dun sa first part of the problem, nakalagay wala daw salvage value. So ang accounting rate of return, ARR 24, ARR natin is just equal to average annual net income divided by the investment. Okay? Pero since wala kang salvage value, hindi mo i-divide by 2 yung initial investment mo. Hindi average yung gagamitin mo. Ang gagamitin mo dyan is yung 105,000. Okay? So, computin natin class yung average annual income. Tingin ka dun sa given. Nakita mo dun sa table. Okay? Dun sa rightmost, nandun yung annual income. A-add natin yan, i-divide natin by 5 para makuha natin yung average. Year 1, 15,000. 15,000 plus year 2, 17,000 plus year 3, 19,000 plus year 4, 21,000 plus year 5, 23,000. Nakuha nyo ba yung 95,000? I-divide mo by 5, makukuha natin is 19,000. Yun yung average annual income. 19,000. Since walang salvage value, yung buong amount na 105,000 yung gagamitin natin. Over 105,000, 19,000 divided by 105,000, you have 18.1%. Accounting rate of return, 18.1%. For number 24, letter A is our answer. And then, last item, the net present value of the investment proposal is, okay, so, kukumpitin natin class yung cash flows natin. By present value tayo. Sige, so, erase natin to. NPV daw. So, ibig sabihin, pag NPV, present value of cash inflows minus present value of cash outflows, you get your NPV. Wala tayong problema sa cash outflows. Yun yung 105,000. So, ang kailangan lang natin malaman yung cash inflows natin. So, class, how much yung cash inflow nung year 1? Year 1, tama ba yung cash inflow is 50,000? Ipe-present value natin siya. Tingin ka lang dun sa present value factor sa baba. PV of 1, tama ba? Nakita mo yung 0.81? Yes. So, 50,000 times 0.81. Sa year 2 naman, 45,000 times PV factor ng second year is 0.65. Year 3, 40,000 yung cash flow natin. Multiply mo sa PV factor yung year 3 or third year, 0.52. Year 4 natin is 35,000 times 0.42. And year 5 natin is 30,000 times 0.34. So basically, ang ginawa lang natin class, yung cash flow per year, minultiply natin by their corresponding PV factor. Alright? So 50,000 times 0.81, you get 40,500. 45,000 times 0.65, you get 29,250. 40,000 times 0.52, you have 20,800. And then 35,000 times 0.42, 14.7. And then last one, 30,000 times 0.34, 10,200. Add natin yung class, 40,500 plus 29,250 plus 20,800 plus 14,700 plus 10,200, you get 115,450. Yan yung present value of cash inflows natin. Lagay natin dito, 115,450. 115,450 minus yung invest natin, 105,000. NPV is 10,450. Final answer for number 25 is letter B, 10,450. Okay, so that's it for capital budgeting. Pinakal babies, konting tiis na lang, magiging CPAs na kayo.